What's up guys, Spin Firearms here, and this was a viewer requested video right here, so shout out to you. But they wanted to know, what does the Hellcat Pro have or doesn't have compared to the rest of my favorite everyday carry options, right? And as we all know, the Hellcat Pro has a 3.7 inch barrel, comes with a rail, awesome texturing, 15 round capacity, the same sights as the original Hellcat, basically the same trigger as the original Hellcat. Just an awesome, overall phenomenal firearm right out of the box. But before we get started, hit that like button, drop a comment, or hit the dislike button. Tell me what you didn't like. Or if you really want to help out the channel, put in the comments what you carried today, what kind of holster, what kind of ammo. It all helps the channel. But anyways, I absolutely love the Hellcat Pro, and it definitely has its pluses and minuses. But at the same time, it is a great overall firearm, and I consider it, for the price, right? When you factor in the price, I get there's HKs and I get there's $1,200 firearms and $3,000 firearms. But for $540, I got 5 mags, a range bag, this firearm, night sights, optic ready. You cannot beat something like this out of the box for its price. And that just is what it is. For its price, it cannot be messed with in this category. That's just my opinion. But yours probably differs, so let me know in the comments. Now, first, we'll compare it to the P10S, right? Things it has over the P10S. I actually like the ergonomics on the Pro a little bit better. I like the texturing a little bit better. And it is optics ready for those who care about it being optics ready versus this one. But I think they do make an optics ready P10S. It's just a little more expensive. But I would say the CZ is a little less snappy, a little less recoil. It just is how low it sits in your hand and stuff like that. But pretty comparable firearms, but I do think the Hellcat Pro is the better overall firearm, just especially from testing I've done with my original Hellcat and stuff like that. Now, compared to the original Hellcat, it's less snappy, it's more ergonomic, but the one thing I don't like is you can't change its size, whereas this, I can remove this mag right here and make it an 11 round flush mag, throw it in my pocket, having a 3-inch barrel, it's smaller, whereas the Hellcat Pro, you're stuck with this size. So if you have a hard time concealing a firearm like this, which if you understand that, then you understand. I have a very hard time concealing firearms. Doesn't matter what holster I use. Doesn't matter. I have a hard time concealing this part right here. So I like shorter firearms. The thickness doesn't affect me for printing, which all of our bodies are different. But that is my one downside to this firearm versus the original Hellcat. But yes, this is much less snappy, much easier to shoot, much easier to become a better shooter with over the original Hellcat. But I love my original Hellcat. It's going nowhere. I still carry it all the time. Now, comparing it to the Glock 26. The Glock 26, in my opinion, even with a shorter barrel, has less recoil. It's less ergonomic, though, than the Hellcat Pro. The Hellcat Pro comes optic ready. For a lot of people, that matters. The Hellcat Pro comes with a rail. The Hellcat Pro actually comes with texturing. Glock, what are you doing with texturing? Like, what are you doing? Get some texturing on your firearms. It's really driving me nuts. You don't put a rail, you don't make it optics ready. At least give us some texturing. But the Hellcat Pro also comes with night sights right out of the box, whereas everyone knows for your Glock, you're going to be changing those sights out. That's going to be an extra $50 to $130, somewhere in there. So the Hellcat Pro actually has a lot on my favorite everyday carry option. But what it doesn't have, once again, being able to change the size of it, making it smaller. On top of that, it doesn't have the magazine compatibility that the Glock 26 does. Parts compatibility, that whole sort of thing. But oh yeah, one other thing I do want to mention about the Hellcats is you can take the slide off your Hellcat Pro and put it out in your original. You can mitigate some of that recoil and snappiness, but you can still use this frame. And you can still get 15 round capacity if you want, which is like this setup right here. But at the same time, you can throw in that 11 round mag, but still have your 3.7 inch barrel. So basically, like the Glock 48 and Glock 43X, or the SIG P365 and the P365 XL, you're taking this slide and putting on this frame, and it actually runs. So that's one thing you can consider. If you have the original but you're going to buy the Pro, you can make a mixture between the firearms and get basically what you want out of it, which a lot of people want, that longer barrel, less recoil, that whole sort of thing. Oops. Then the Shield Plus. The Shield Plus is going to be at least $200 cheaper. That is a huge plus, no pun intended, right out of the box. This comes with night sights. The Hellcat Pro comes with night sights. I do like the ergonomics on the Hellcat Pro better, but a lot of people do like the Shield Plus ergonomics. The trigger is much better on the Shield Plus. The finish, I would say, is a little better on the Shield Plus, but the Hellcats have amazing, strong, durable finishes. My Shield Plus did not come optics ready, but you can get them optics ready. This one does have a safety. I don't use it. It was just cheaper with the safety. Overall, I do like the ability to change the size of the firearm, but at the same time, for winter time, this is going to be my carry. This is going to be my go-to. I absolutely love this. It just fits like a glove in my hand. But also, width is a big thing. If you have a trouble concealing a thicker firearm, the Shield Plus has the Hellcat Pro beat. But nonetheless, both awesome firearms. That's the thing. All these are great options. You can't go wrong with any of these. Oh yeah, that's another big thing. Look at the width difference between my Glock 26, my beloved 26, right? And here's an OEM 26 right here, other than the sights. I mean, so once again, no rail, no optics ready, you know, just a bunch, no texturing, no night sights. I mean, the Hellcat Pro is just a great package. Glock is just falling behind. Next up, we'll compare it to my Subcompact 2.0, where I actually think I like the texturing better on my 2.0 Subcompact from Smith & Wesson. This is 12+1, but look at the thickness. It is so much thicker than that Hellcat Pro. Now, the slide area doesn't matter much, so I guess it's more comparable, but look at the height. It is going to be 12+1, 15+1. Doesn't come with night sights, but once again, it's going to be about $100 cheaper. Doesn't come with night sights. It does come with the rail. It does come with different back straps, different base plates. So that is one thing, and a better finish than the Hellcat Pro. But once again, the Hellcat Pro comes with night sights. I do like the flat face trigger over this hinge trigger. And I just think the ergonomics on the Hellcat Pro are superior to almost any of these firearms out here. It just fits like a glove. I absolutely love it. But nonetheless, once again, both great firearms. But I really do enjoy this. This is much less snappier than the Hellcat Pro. Much less recoil on this. And they have similar length barrel. I think this is a 3.6. This is a 3.7. But this is going to be heavier. I mean, you can just... It's going to be much heavier. But once again, weight equals less recoil generally. I'm saying generally because in most cases it does. Not always, though. But you can't go wrong with either of them. But the Hellcat Pro, just that flat face trigger, those ergonomics, I mean, it's just a great overall feeling firearm. But my Subcompact's been reliable, so what more can you ask for out of any of these? And then obviously another favorite that is basically nobody's favorite is my Shield 40. It's my work carry, so it's very thin, very easy to conceal. Once again, we're going to go there. The Hellcat Pro is just a bigger overall footprint. I could never carry this while at work. I can never be comfortable. I can never do what I need to do. Sorry, my daughter's got her sparkles from her arts and crafts. But this is just going to be much thinner overall, even though I did throw the hoe grip on it, which actually makes it about the same width. But length, look at that. But obviously this is only 7+1 of 40. This is 15+1 of 9mm. This doesn't come with night sights, but this is $300, so $240 cheaper. You can convert it to 9mm, convert it to 357 SIG. Has a better finish, but doesn't have a rail. Isn't optics ready. Has the hinge trigger. I mean, the list can go on. It actually has good texturing, but I do like the hoe grip on it. The Hellcat Pro just comes with night sights. That flat face trigger I'm going to keep going back to. Comes with a rail. Just superior ergonomics is going to be the case in all of these as well. More capacity, and a lot of people just tend to like that middle ground firearm because you're not quite carrying a compact. It's going to be thinner overall, lighter overall, shorter barrel overall, but at the same time you're getting, you know, a small package with plenty of capacity, especially nowadays. So, I mean, honestly, the Hellcat Pro is quickly becoming one of my favorite everyday carry firearms. I'm just not going to carry it as much in the summer, simply because of this. It's hard. If I'm wearing a tank top that's tight, you know, it's hard for me to conceal this. You know, I'm about 5'9", 175 pounds, 180 pounds. It's going to be hard for me to conceal this. So I like my original Hellcat for the summer, but this is definitely going to be something for the winter, the colder months, fall. You know, you got a flannel on, a hoodie, jeans, you know, whatever the case may be, sweatpants with a nice hoodie over it. You'll easily be able to conceal this. I mean, the Hellcat Pro, I think, would be a much better competitor and not talked down as much on, or would be purchased much more and carried much more if this one came out first. This sort of ruined the reputation of the Hellcat. Everyone who picks these up goes, oh, it's snappy, it's snappy. Well, yes, it's a Micro 9. Yes, it's a light Micro 9. Yes, it's a Micro 9 that has the most capacity for its size. So that means somewhere in there, they had to get rid of weight. They had to, you know, knock stuff out of there to make it small enough to get the most capacity for a Micro 9 in such a small frame. So yes, it is a little, you know, it does have some recoil. It does have some muzzle flip, but it's a Micro 9. This is a self-defense firearm. Trust me, you're not going to be thinking about recoil and all that when you're shooting. You're just going to let this go in a self-defense encounter. Chances are you're going to be within 7 yards of the person, so you're going to have no problem, you know, hitting your target as long as you're training. But the main thing is its reliability. You hear about reliability issues with the Canics, as you'll see in a video of mine coming soon. My MC9 is struggling right now. You've heard of issues with the P365. You've heard of issues with the Kimber, Mako. You've heard of some issues with the Ruger. But the Hellcat has sort of been in its lane of its own. Yes, obviously, every firearm company makes lemons. But mine have ran flawlessly over 10,000 rounds between 3 of them. It's eaten everything. It got me through the pandemic. It's my only firearm that would cycle some of the crap ammo that I just happened to find. It runs it. And that's what the point is. If it goes bang, then what more can you ask for? But I think this ruined this, because if you shoot these back to back, the recoil is dramatically different. It is just dramatically different. I don't know if they changed something up with the recoil spring. I don't know what they did, but it is dramatically different. So if you need something with less recoil, but you like the ergonomics of the original Hellcat, like the capacity, like the overall reliability, can't go wrong with the Hellcat Pro, guys. Anyways, I appreciate watching the videos. Once again, hit the like button, drop a comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with some more content soon.